down. If I fuck things up, just tell me now. I'm living in a blinded town, am I running out of time? Feel like a drug when I'm talking to you. Slow drip, trying to play it cool. Nothing to do, let's drive to the ocean. Get high, lay on the beach. White water running down my feet. Make love and repeat, I don't ever want to stay all night to see the sunrise. It's way too soon to be calling me baby, but it feels so right against the moonlight. Deep sea diving head first, don't save me. Is there something I can say? Make you wanna stay with me. Is there something I can say to make you wanna stay with me? Oh, to make you wanna stay with me. Is there something I can do to show my love for you?
There we go. There we go. What is going on? What is going on, you two? We are live. We are live. We are back in the building. And shout outs to you. All right, man. I am happy to be here on a Friday with y'all again for Grown Men Trash Talk. I got a good show for y'all. I don't have y'all for super long today because I got some things that I need to get into. It's Friday. You guys are at work, but of course, y'all are rocking out with your boy, even if you are pocket watching. Thank you so much for being here with me. Do me a favor and hit the like button as soon as you come in the door. On top of that, y'all, make sure y'all stay active in the comment section. Let's let YouTube know that this is the place to be. And for those of y'all that don't know, this is the channel that has brought you Grown Men Talking for over a year right now. So now we are mainly transitioning over to Meet to Marry. So I am so excited about that. We got the best administrative director in the building. Shout out to our girl, Shay. What up, Shay? Hold up. For Shay, I got to give Shay the round of applause. For helping us put Meet to Marry together. Season 2 is turning out to be fire. When I talk about fire, season 2 is turning out to be fire. And I'm excited to have Shay on the team with us to help us grow the show, bring it to the next level. And the sky literally is the limit. So I'm looking forward to continuing to give y'all more and more dope content, more and more seasons. The idea is for us to start traveling to your city, wherever you may be at. We'll be able to bring love to your city as well. So shout out to Meet to Marry, and also shout out to season 2 in production right now as we speak. So much love and much respect. So I got a good show for y'all today. I wanted to talk about masculinity and what it is to be a man, not only just a man, but a masculine man in society today. I want to get into the ins and outs, and I also want you guys input as well. So if you have anything that you would like to say about masculinity, the topic of toxic masculinity, because that is also something that is widely used in our community as well, which I told the line with, right? Because you asked me, that's a made up buzzword, toxic masculinity. It's only meant to say that what men normally and naturally would do is a problem. So I wanted to play something from Anthony Mackie. You guys might know Anthony Mackie. He is coming of way of Marvel's Avengers, pretty much the whole Marvel's series. He is now the new Captain America. So I would like to get into a topic that I heard him get into on the what's it called? I'm tripping. Pilot or something like that. I don't know. I forgot. Anyways, I saw it on Spiritual Word. I decided I wanted to talk about it. So let's get into the video.
My boys humble. Like my boys have never had a pair of Jordans. You know, my boys don't do all that internet fly shit. I'm like your kids. And no, I don't give a I could be the biggest star in the world. Do not let me catch you being stupid. Do not. And my oldest gets it. My 15-year-old, he tells the other ones, he's like, yo, don't make dad mad. Because once you get one that's right, he gonna straighten the other ones out. So it's just that thing of, in the past 20 years, we've been living through the death of the American male. They have literally killed masculinity in our homes and our communities, for one reason or another. But I raised my boys to be young men. And however you feel about that, you feel about that. Right. But my boys will always be respectful. They will always say, yes, sir, yes, ma'am. No, sir, no, ma'am. They will always say thank you. They will always open the door for a lady. They will always make sure that their mother.
So there's another part to it, right? But I do want to get a little deeper into the topic. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this today was for, because I do think it's a very important topic that we need to get into the weeds of it as men. Now, what he's saying is absolutely correct, right? We have witnessed literally the death of male masculinity in American society. And I want to specifically say we've witnessed that wholeheartedly in the Black community. So before I move forward, I would like y'all to do me a favor and hit the like button. Hit the like button. Make sure you guys are coming in the door. Tell a friend to tell a friend. GMT is live. So, and if you are watching me on IG, do me a favor and come over here to YouTube, where the money resides. Thank you. So, masculinity and the death of it in society. There was a thing where the old saying, let the boys be boys, right? I'm not talking about Onyx, right? That was said before Onyx said it. But there was an old saying of in our community, in just society alone, let the boys be boys. We knew that playing rough as boys, it's more than just, just a thing to do. And I'm talking about this because I'm going through it right now with my son. I'm a little blurry. I don't know what's going on with my autofocus. Come on, Cannon, get it together. So I know this is something that we are going through, and I'm going through in our society, where our schools, the school systems, they try to dumb down what it is to be a boy. They try to dumb down play. Y'all knew that play Yo, my guy on there next is in the building. What up, salute. Shout out to you. Also, my guy Kenny is in the building. You know what I'm saying? What's good, man? So basically, when we start looking at it like, that death of masculinity and what we're talking about. And I was saying before about boys be boys. Playing rough, we play rough for a reason. Y'all all, the men that's in the chat, y'all know what time it is. When we were kids, no one had to tell us to play rough with each other. There's a reason why we played rough with each other. There's a reason why we fought each other, why we was selfish with our toys. There was a reason why we tried to move with each other in a certain way in order to solidify our position amongst our own peers. What the school system did and what you'll hear now is that's not good. It's almost to the point where they're willing to discipline our children for roughhousing. They're willing to discipline our children for being boys, for doing what we've done. And then we wonder why these men today are no longer as tough as we used to be. We wonder why so many of us are not builders like we used to build. We wonder why most of us aren't competitive or as competitive as we used to be. The reason why I'm so gun-ho at understanding and learning myself, learning men, and trying my best to become the best man that I can be is because I was taught to compete. I wasn't taught to stick along and follow the crowd. I wasn't taught to go, be a follower of my peers. I was always taught to lead my peers. Even in play, as a child, I played as a leader. What had to be cultivated was for me to learn how to become a servant leader, was for me to say, okay, how can I not lead and be a bully, but lead and be masculine with my, with the way I brought things about? What's going on? What's going on? Pelham is in the building. What up? What up? What up? He says the educational system as a whole is there to put blinders. Sorry, I have something blocking the words. Blinders on the populace in almost every aspect. Yeah, sorry. I have something blocking the words, so it's kind of messing me up right now. But shout out to you, and I totally agree. That's scary. What up? What up? What up? Melanie is in the building. My guy, World Class, is in the building. And we got Val in the building. He says, all men aren't called to lead 1,000%. You know what I'm saying? He says, you're doing well so far, young man. Keep it up. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate and salute and shout out to you. So, and I totally agree with that, right? When it comes down to all men aren't meant to lead. So, but there is a way that you could actually follow and do that in your masculinity. The problem that I have now with the educational system, the problem that I have now for what we see in society is the way that these men are choosing to lead. They're leading from a place of femininity. They're following the women. But then the women are saying they want leaders. So how can we lead if we're following what the women say? So it's tough, right? It's real tough because I'm speaking from a personal place right now. And like I said, my son is going through this right now in his school. And what I'm trying my best to do is teach my boy how to be a man. And when I say a man, meaning that he doesn't follow anyone. And if he follows, it's only because he's learning how to lead, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So the idea for me as his father, as a man in the house, is to experience and have balance, which is the mother, father figure of our household. So yeah, my wife and I had this conversation today. And the conversation that we had was, how do we make sure that there's a balance where I'm not over pushing him to the point where it could be create a toxic environment for the people around him as he gets older, but I'll push him to the point where he understands there's consequences to your actions. So your actions have to be you either leading people in the right direction or you lead people off of a cliff. You know what I'm saying? So, and here goes a good question by Val. Val says, what is masculinity and how do you define it? So, masculinity to me, right? The way I would define masculinity is a trait that most men naturally carry. And when I say that, so I'm going to break that down a little bit more to you. Masculinity is showing the world that you are what the definition of a man is: a provider, a protector, right? That you can think without it being caught up with emotions. You're leading any flock. And like you said, even if you're not a leader, but you're following the flock to the point where you understand logically what you're doing, right? That you're not allowing someone to lead you in a direction that can mess up not only you, but the people around you. Masculinity has so much different corners to it, you know, just like femininity does, right? Just like being feminine. It's not all about poking out your chest and being, you know, Tarzan, but it's masculinity is strength. Masculinity is when you walk in the room, people know that's a man and they respect you as such, leader or follower. Leader or follower. So, what I try to do though with my son is put him to that point where he knows respect over love, respect over it all. So that's where I try to get my son to get, not only just my youngest son, right? I have two other sons as well. My oldest is 25 years old. And I'm so proud of him because he's out in New York right now. He runs his own security company, licensed to hold a weapon, and he's a leader of his own business. So that's the dynamics that I created for my sons, right? I'm doing the same thing with my middle son. My middle son, he's also into real estate. So I'm trying to coach him on not just following, but how can you start your own business? I'm getting, my autofocus is trash today. What's going on out here? But how can I get you to also lead in that field as well? To where when you walk into the room, there's masculinity, right? There's that, I know that's a man walking in the room. Let me show him that respect. Where other men respect you for the man that you are or the man that you created yourself to be. So I got to get this focus thing right, man. What the hell is going on with this camera, man? All right, hold up. It's tripping. Anyways, right. So, world class put right here, he said masculinity. He says the quality of being masculine, right? And then when he broke down here, he says masculine, meaning having the appropriate qualities of the male sex, physical or mental, right? Which is, I want to really get more onto that mental part, mainly. So that's the part that I want to really get into, is that mental part. And that's the part where I believe a lot of men miss with their masculinity. I believe just because you carry the male parts don't necessarily make you a masculine man. It doesn't make you a man that can actually walk into a room and command attention. A lot of men lead off of their feelings, and then they end up leading their family. I need more light. I got this big old light right here next to me, man, but for some reason, I don't know if I darken my ISO. I don't know what I did wrong today. Something I did was off with this camera, but It looks like I'm back in focus right now. But that's the part that I wanted, because a lot of men are leading through their feelings. And anytime you lead through your feelings, you have a problem. You have a problem. You cannot feel your way through life. Everything as men, we have to display through logic. We have to display it through logic. And what do we do? What do we do if the school systems are the ones that's teaching our sons to miss out that part of their masculinity, that tries to tell them, right? Because y'all know now, if your kid messes up in school, they're sending them home with actual violations. It's almost like it reminds me of the prison system. So what do we do if we're sending our children to school and they're getting sent home because they played too rough with another kid, or they looked at a young lady, a young girl, I should say, sorry, and they might be attracted, but the school is telling them, slapping them on the wrist just for even talking to that girl. They don't even got to say nothing inappropriate. Everything is almost like about cancel culture today. And as men, how do we get our sons, because they're the next leaders, they're supposed to be the next builders of society. How do we get them back to where they understand that their masculinity is not a mistake? That feeling that we have in us as men was not put in there by you, but it was put in there by God. And that's something that we can't control. You know what I'm saying? So, world class, my guy right here, he says, well, we have to address, he says, we have to address my men are dealing with, well, I guess why men are dealing with feelings. I totally agree. I totally agree. And yes, a lot of it has to do is because a lot of our men are not raised by masculine men. We don't have enough fathers in the home, right? To nurture that masculine feeling that we have. You know what I'm saying? DP is in the building. What's up, fam? So that's why it's important for fathers to be around. Exactly. So anytime you miss that masculine, balance in your house, you miss out on a lot. Yo, Adrian, what's good, fam? Good seeing you here, my guy. So, and that's what I believe we're going through. Y'all are 100% right with what y'all say with that. Anytime we miss out on the fathers, we miss out on the masculinity. I am not on my Dr. Umar at all, right? I'm not sitting here telling y'all go adopt a son. Go to any baby mama and say, where's your son? And let me take him. Because guess what? That's a thankless job. And I'm not telling any man to go out there and do that. But what I'm saying is, like I said before, the men in your life, because I know all the men that's watching me right now, you all carry masculine traits. So the men that's listening to me right now, all I can say is the men that's in your life, don't forget about the kids. Don't forget about, don't forget about what the kids need from the males that surround them, and just don't leave them out in the woods to almost be raised feminine. You know what I'm saying? Denise, she's in the building. You have been missing in action, but I know you're a busy woman, so I ain't mad at you. Still love you. So, how can we get back into that? How can we grab that masculine role to these young boys and show them and guide them in the right direction, right? I don't want to bash. So here's what I always see, right? And a lot of people are like, yo, Mingo, GMT, you're not red pill, you're not manosphere. I'm more manosphere than anything, right? But I'm not red pill or whatever. And I don't consider myself that. I consider myself more of a balance in between, because I believe in marriage, right? I'm not saying people that's red pill don't. I'm not saying people in the manosphere don't. What I'm just saying is I'm speaking for myself. And I believe I try to offer a perfect balance, right? Where I could hold men accountable, I hold women accountable. Very similar to my guy World Class. I watch World Class channel as well. He's very balanced when he talks. I love to hear World Class spit when he spit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm very similar to that, where I try to offer a balance. But I do personally believe in the bringing men and women together, and not for us, not for our selfish reasons, not because, oh my God, I feel like I'm in love with you and I feel as if all I need is a woman in my life. Fuck that. I'm saying this way more along the lines of, if I need you as a woman, it's to raise our child. Because I understand that perfect balance that a man and a woman offers in a household. So that's what I gear when I talk about meet to marry. When I talk about, when I talk about things along the lines of how men and women can actually build something together. Society was built through families, through structure. And anytime you have no structure, you have chaos. Whenever you miss the father in the household, there's always chaos. So how can we get together? And that's my biggest purpose, right? Do me a favor, World Class. Put your link in the for your channel in the description, so that way everybody could go over there and follow my guy. Good content. When I talk about World Class offers some balance, I rocks with him. I'm telling you, I rocks with him. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to you, right? Ron and the Key of Life. This is one of the most fair and balanced commentary I've seen in a while. He says, I've watched the Pivot interview and he was on point with a lot of his stuff. I love it. But that's what we need, right? So that's why I'm talking about balance, right? Hold up, you don't have a wrench? That's crazy. Hold on. I gotta give you a wrench, my guy. What am I doing, son? Hold up, y'all. I'm giving World Class a wrench because I don't know why he don't. I ain't give him one months ago. Hold up. I'm tripping. There go World Class. You got a wrench. So, but that's the balance that we're talking about, right? We're talking about, the man and woman in the household, that masculinity that we all know that, should be out there, that we need the man in the house. We need the woman in the house. And anybody that tries to tell you anything different is full of shit. There's no such thing as women talking about, I don't need a man. Unless you want to be single, unless you want to be by yourself and no children, yeah, you don't need a man. No one needs a man if you don't have children. Go ahead. You need the man that you could call on the phone. Hey, I need a plumber. I need an electrician. I need somebody to come fix my siding. Oh shit, my roof just blew off in this hurricane. Let me call a group of men to come and fix it. That's when you need a man. But other than that, yeah, live your life as comfortable as you want. If you're making your money, you don't need that. But when it comes down to what we need as men and women in society, right? We need family. We need children. So that's my balance that I'm talking about. Let me continue with what he has to say over
here. They will always be men. And that's always since they were 2 years old. Every time I left for a job, I tell my 15-year-old, you the man of the house. You make sure these doors are locked every night, this alarm is on, you text me or you call me every night before you go to bed and you wake up.
I love that.
Because we're men. If I'm not there to protect, he got to be there to protect. Because you can have all the money in the world, climb through the window, that money means nothing.
Right.
You can have all the celebrity in the world, jump through the door, that celebrity means nothing.
Yeah.
So you got to have a little guard in there. And so for me, it's always that idea of American masculinity is very different.
Hold up. Limitless.
All right. My bad. Copyright. All right, listen, look. So check this out, right? Check this out. And why I'm saying what I'm saying right now. I had a conversation months back with somebody on my channel. And his biggest thing was, he was like, and I don't want to say no names because, you know, me and him don't rock no more together. So I ain't going to put him out there like that. But his biggest thing was like, yo, what are men protecting today? His biggest thing was also, why are we talking about the bump in the night argument as if it happens on the regular, right? As if the average woman has to worry about a man breaking into their back door and something happening. So it's almost like the conversation of, we don't need to protect women. So along the lines of what he was saying, you as a man, you need to make sure that that door is locked. You as a man, you need to make sure that that alarm is set, right? You as a man, you need to make sure that your perimeter is taken care of before you go to bed. That's important as men. It's not about living in a world where, oh my God, like there's gonna be raiders coming in my door almost twice a week, so I gotta pretty much blast them out in order for them to back up. Nah, that's not the society that we live in. I understand that. The world has changed. But what families need protection from, and what our ladies need protection from, and this might be harsh, ladies, buckle up, because I'm about to give you some harsh truths. What our women need protection from more often than none is protection from their own decisions. And I'm not saying that to say that women don't make good decisions. I'm saying that to say that sometimes our women make decisions through their feelings. And that's where we run into a problem. Because just as much as we could say that a man that makes decisions through his emotions is not a good leader, then how can we expect that a woman that mainly makes decisions because of how she feels, help her get to the next level of life with our children? And we're not talking about all women. I hate that. I am not saying all. There's some women out here that make some sound decisions, but we're talking about overall. Sometimes you can save women from heartaches that they don't have to go through if they had masculinity in their life, because it offers that balance. So yeah, I'm not going to ever be the guy that tells you men don't need women and women don't need men. I will never be that guy. I will always be the guy that's going to tell you we need each other. That's the only way that we can move on and be a successful society, is if you and I had each other. Because what I could offer you, you don't naturally have. And what you could offer me, I don't naturally have. I don't care what y'all say. I don't carry a feminine bone in my body. Because, and it's not even to say that my father was always the most dominant masculine man in my life. The thing that I always did, even from a young kid, was surround myself by a bunch of men that was much older than me that wanted to see me win in life. So those men, and I'm talking about these men that I known since I was a kid, we're multimillionaires. These are the men that took themselves and was able to come out of nothing and create wealth. Those were the men that took me under their wings. Those men I never once seen any of those men cry. I never once seen any of those men make a strategic decision through emotions. I never once seen any man that I know, I'm talking about all different races of men, I never once seen any one of those men that I know that made it in life make a decision through, but I feel as if this is the way I should go. No, I watched them literally map out a plan. I watched them map out a plan. I watched them say, A, this is how I go. B, this is the next move. And if I do this next move, this will make this happen. And if I get there, then that next move is going to make this happen. And I watched them do a chain reaction to success. Believe it or not, y'all, there's always a path to success. And the path to it, it's literally done through logic. It's done through knowing how to get there. Every successful man that I know, has moved through logic. They don't say exactly what World Class said here. I feel like. We don't use those words. We don't use those words. And we're not telling men don't have feelings, right? See, and I think that's the misnomer. When you have these conversations, it's almost like, oh, but you're telling men they're not supposed to have feelings. No, man, that's ridiculous. What man you know don't feel nothing? We're not talking about that. We're talking about decision-making skills, right? Even the married men that I know, sometimes you bring your stuff to your wife. And you don't bring it to her to have the final say so. You bring it to her because sometimes within your logic has to have some form of feelings in it. So how do you feel about this, honey? And then when your wife goes down to, well, I feel as if, we can move in this direction and this is how to get there. That helps you make a sound decision. That's why your wife is your helpmeet. This is why she helps you get to the next level. And it's not your own selfish reasons. If you have a real woman in your life, then you know that she helped you. She's giving you this advice because that advice is going to help her get to the next level as well. So any successful man knows this. Any and every successful man knows this. I'm telling you, the roads that I've been down, right? I've been known to be a man to do what's in my mind. But before I make a move in life, the things that I do, now we still sticking on the topic of masculinity. But the reason why I'm getting deeper into this is because I need y'all to understand where my purpose of masculinity comes from, what I'm talking about essentially, right? When I make a decision, before I even bring that decision to my wife, I would research the shit out of it. I would literally sit down. My wife sometimes won't even know what I'm doing. I would sit down for weeks. For weeks. When I started an Airbnb business, I sat down for weeks and researched and researched and researched. I sat down for weeks and did research on how can I make this work? How do I get from A to B, from B to C, from C to D? And it had to make sense. If it didn't make sense, I wasn't going to do it. That's where I'm coming from. So, starting the Airbnb business, let's stick there. I did my research. I said to myself, okay, how much money do I need to start it? Okay, do I use my own money? Or could I start it using other people's money? Right? What's more logical? Using other people's money. Now, other people's money could be credit. Other people's money could be some type of loan or whatever. You're using other people's money. But then you have to say to yourself when you go to other people's money, to OPM, you got to say to yourself, okay, how fast can I pay this back once I start this business? So I started doing every logical instance on how to make that work. And I did it. My wife was literally the last person I brought it to. Hey, babe. So I've been doing this research on Airbnbs, and I was sitting here, and thinking about this, but this is my steps on how I'm going to make this work. What do you think? And I bring it to her, and she's like, okay, that sounds like it makes sense, but I feel as if you could do da 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 da, and hey, I would like to incorporate you in the business as well. So when it comes down to decorating furniture and stuff like that, I need your assistance, hon. So now I'm incorporating my wife into my business to do what? To make it better, because my wife is my helpmeet. But the idea is here first. And as men, that's called being a leader. Now, being a servant leader is another thing. We could talk about that as well. But being a leader starts up here. And then I bring the dynamics to my wife. Right? So, same thing. I remember I first told my wife, I said, I want to do YouTube. I don't know much about it. My sons was telling me about it. They was like, yo, dad, you should start a YouTube because you always watch it, and you can make a lot of money. So I'm like, all right, well, how? So guess what I need to do? I need to do some research. I researched YouTube, and I was like, damn, yo, YouTubers can make a killing if they do it right. So Skinny Boy is in the house. What up, what up, what up? He said I'm late. Yo, better late than not coming through, my guy. Appreciate you, as always, for being here. So, the mindset was YouTubers can make a lot of money. So I'm like, all right, well, how long does it take for the average YouTuber to get monetized, right? Wow, that thing said roughly a year to 2 years before you could even get monetized. So I said, okay, well, what type of content could I do that grows really fast so I could blow this channel up? I did my research, reactions. So the only problem I had with reactions was I didn't know how to edit. So what I had to do, I had to learn how to edit. You see, these are steps, right? This is all of what I'm giving y'all right here. Steps. So me reacting and creating reactions, and they were specific. If you go back on my channel, there's specific type of reactions that I did that helped me grow the channel. It took the lead attorney 2 years to be monetized. Exactly. The International Quiet Storm is in the building. Shout out to you. That's what I'm saying. And that's on average. That's what it takes. And guess what? Almost 80% of YouTubers give up on doing YouTube after the first 6 months because they don't see any type of gain right away. So they feel as if they need to stop. They're not being logical. They're going off of their feelings. And anytime you deal with feelings, you quit because you don't feel as if you're making money fast enough. You don't feel as if it's going to work. Everyone can make almost any business work if you stick at it. Any logical business owner will tell you that. Any logical millionaire will tell you that. Anybody that has grown any type of anything, even a damn plant, even if you wanted to make your grass grow proper, it takes time. It takes you watering it. It takes you understanding how to feed it, nurture that grass to let it grow right. So that way, when it's time, when it's springtime, your grass is green. It takes time. But the majority of people quit, as they should. And the reason why I say that is because not everybody's meant to be at the top. Not everybody's meant to take it to the next level. You know what I'm saying? My boy Skinny says, look out for Meet to Marry Season 2 coming soon. And please hit that like button. Hit the like button. So this is what I'm saying. But when you think through emotions, when you're not thinking logically, you tend to quit because it's all about the way you feel. And there's a lot of men that's quitters. And I'm going to tell you why. Because there's not enough masculinity in their bones. There's not enough masculine men moving around that's teaching these guys things take time. Even your marriage takes time. Everything you do, it's always better when you go through pressure to build it. It is what it is. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. TDP, what up? What up? Go check out TDP's YouTube channel. Support my guy. That's the distinguished professor. So anything you do, it takes time. And that's what people don't realize. But it also takes being intentional. And men understand that. And I'm not just talking about any man. I'm talking about men that carry that masculine trait. We understand that it takes logic and understanding to build anything. Like the International Quiet Storm said, it took the lead attorney 2 years to get monetized. How many people would have quit after talking on a microphone and a camera every day and you feel as if no one's listening to you? For 2 years, you could feel as if no one's listening to you. But masculine men understand this. And they always tend to win and outpace the people that's behind them. So we need more men like this. There's a reason why Anthony Mackie is on literally one of the biggest franchises that ever hit the big screen. There's a reason why. Everything that he's saying right now has a lot to do with his success. The way he's raising his children that's going to have a lot to do with their success. It only works like this. We need masculinity. We need to bring it back. We need to cut cancel culture. We need to make sure that boys are being boys in school. We need to make sure that men are being men in the workplace. We need to make sure that if that 15, 16-year-old boy, you see him with no direction, you teach him direction, because it takes this community to grow. I can't do this by myself. It's stupid for me to think that I can. Do y'all know how, and I said it, I say it, and I say it again. For me to build Meet to Marry, for me to do this show, and it's not even where it needs to be yet, it takes a whole team. It takes videographers, editors, lights. It takes understanding, all of that. It takes scripting. Thank you, ChatGPT, for, for, helping us out a lot. But it takes a lot. And it also takes tenacity. It also takes dedication. It also takes that I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to quit. I don't care what y'all say. I don't care if you don't like it. I'm only going to make it better, because anything you do over and over and over again, you get better at it. So that's my point of having today's show. That's my point of bringing this to my people, because I do feel as if masculinity has died and we're fighting a consistent losing battle. A consistent losing battle. Because the school systems is telling your boys not to be masculine anymore. Right? You got our young sisters who's saying they don't need men anymore. But they have boy children. You got men that are denying their own seeds. You got men that are refusing to teach younger boys on how to be men. So when you start to mix all of this together, right? Every negative thing that I'm saying together, well, we have nothing but chaos. We got nothing but, of course, a lack of leadership in a community because no one is speaking about this. Think about your favorite podcaster. Think about the average content that they create. The majority of us are creating why we hate each other more than how we could get together. I'm just keeping it real. I'm keeping it real. Controversy sells. I know it. But the majority of people that's creating content today are between the men and the women are creating more and more content on how to keep us apart. Oh, this is why women ain't shit. Oh, this is why men ain't shit. So, okay, well, nobody's shit, then why are we even talking about this? Why are we even together? No one is saying balance. If I call out a woman, right, and I say, yo, I see a problem in the female category right now with the way the sisters are moving, I'm not bashing women for doing that. I'm calling out a problem, and usually over here, I try to say, okay, well, how can we fix this? How can we come together? Same thing I'll do with the men. When I see men wilding out, oh, all these women, I don't want to hear that shit either. Like, yo, no one wants to hear this every second why we don't like each other. That's ridiculous. That's why I say we really need to be mindful of the content that we're intaking every day because it's a feeling. If I'm watching something every day that's telling me that all women ain't ish, all American Black women ain't ish, all, even though I know personally it's never all, right? I know that it's a lot or some or whatever. I know it's still not all. But if I'm taking that material every day, it starts to become who you are. It starts to become a part of your character. You know what I'm saying? And then when these things become a part of your character, you tend to miss out the important things in life, which is family. You tend to have a baby with a woman and then say, well, I expect you to take me on child support and take all my money and not care about me and not care about my feelings, not care about nothing. And I end up with nothing at the end of it all. So what's the point of even being with you? So then, yeah, that creates rage. Then there's that red pill rage. This is how women like Cynthia G go on the rise. This is how her content could blow up because people want to hear the negative sides of the opposite sex. But I'm telling you now, as the man that I am and as the purpose that I feel like I'm here for, I'm going to always pitch family. It is what it is. I'm going to always pitch meet to marry. I'm going to always do that. I'm going to always do that because I don't care about your feelings. I don't care about anyone's feelings. I care about these damn kids making it to the next level and understanding balance in life so we don't have so much chaos. That's what I care about. So, I'm going to end this here. I only had an hour for y'all today. I was telling my wife, I think I'm only do a half hour to an hour. But I had a good show, and this was a great conversation. And I really enjoy, as usual, I enjoy talking to y'all, right? So, as I said, let's get out of our feelings, fellas. Let's start thinking more logical. Let's build shit. Let's stop making excuses on why we are not the men that we're supposed to be. Let's stop saying that society is the reason why we're not where we need to be in life. You live in America, literally one of the freest countries ever. Yes, as a Black man, it's going to be a little bit harder for you. I don't care about that shit though. You know what I'm saying? Do what you need to do to become a man and build on top of that. If you have to work a little bit harder than your white counterpart, motherfucker, work harder. Work harder. The only man that's stopping you from being the best man that you could be is you. No one else. No one else. No one else. Stop making excuses. Get into your masculinity. Grow the nuts that God gave you and take the world by storm. Take the world by storm. Stop making excuses. Stop listening to foolish content that's gonna only make you mad. Listen to the content that's gonna help you become better, grow, learn. I spend most of my time on YouTube learning cameras. If I could learn how to get this camera focused, I spend most of my time learning because I want to take my media company, GMT Media, to the next level. So I spend most of my day learning. Beyond my demanding job where I manage other men, I have to also manage this business and I also have to manage my family. I have a lot going on. But that don't stop me from doing what I know I need to do to make sure that my son can rest easy. And then my grandchildren can rest easy. And it all starts with me. So I don't make excuses on why the world is not freaking catering to me and why it's not built around me. I'm not letting my son sit in school and whatever the teachers tell him to do. No, you come home to me, I'm gonna teach you how to be a man. This world is unforgiving. This world don't give a shit about you. This world don't care if you make it to the next level or not. You have to care about that. What do you do to make yourself better every day? And this is what I teach my sons. I don't teach them that clothes is what matters. You gotta have the newest kicks. No, just like him, I don't buy my son no Jordans. My son got some regular sneakers, so long as he can run in them and they don't fall apart. I don't have my 7-year-old walking around with a chain on. That's stupid. That's stupid. I don't have none of that going on. I try to teach my sons how to become better men, because I only have sons, by the way. I don't have no daughters. I have 3 sons. And I try to teach my sons how to be better men in this world, how to grow something in this world, how to plant crops, not in the literal sense, because I don't know how to damn garden at all. But I try to teach them how to plant something in the soil and grow it, nurture it, take its time and let it grow. Let it become something. Don't rush it. Because anytime you rush the process, your weeds grow. There's always weeds in it. So I try to teach my sons how to deal with the process, take care of what they put down. And then once you take care of it, you can grow it, you can triple it, you can make it 4 times that. You can find yourself a wife that's gonna respect you. Why are we talking about the women that's not respectable? You don't plan on dating the stripper, do you? You don't plan on dating no 304 that's outside shaking ass on TV, do you? So why are we even talking about them? I don't care about them. Let's talk about the wives. Let's talk about the women that want men. Let's talk about the women that care about men. The hell with the Cynthia G's. The hell with all those women, the sprinkle. Why are we even talking about those women? They add no value. They only are here to cause chaos and divide. I don't care about them. Same thing, ladies. Why are you listening to the men that's saying, I don't need a woman? Why are you listening to those podcasts and getting mad and coming over on anything and cursing these men out who obviously don't care about women? Why are you giving that? Why are you not focused on the husbands? the men that actually want you. Why aren't you focused on those men? Let's start focusing and building on what matters. Let's start looking at the people that look at us. Let's start building the process that you have up here as men, and let's make it better. Let's follow a step-by-step guide to success. As I said earlier, every successful millionaire that I know followed a process. It's literally like, this is what they say, don't date potential, don't date potential. It's the stupidest shit in the world. Here's the thing. You guys got potential confused with actual direction. There's a difference. Potential, right, is, okay, I know that this man is going to where he needs to go, but he might need a little bit of nurturing, catering. This is where the femininity comes out of a woman to nurture that man to the next level. And I also see that that man with potential has direction, because you almost know he's going to be a millionaire because you see it happening. Every time he opens his mouth, there's fruits that bear from it. Every time. I'm telling you, I've watched people grow empires. And literally the only way you could see it happening before it happened. You knew they was going to get there. It was just like, yo, son, it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time before you get to the top. It's not going to take that long because you're him. You're that dude. We don't even got to second guess this. I just need to latch on to what you're doing because you're going to win. See, that's the man that these ladies need to look for. Not the man that's like, yo, I have a dream and I want to be a rapper at 45. Yeah, you're tripping. You are. I don't care. Unless he's around multi-millionaire rappers that's in the industry and they all could put him in the right places and his music is actually dope, you might want to hang on to that 45-year-old rapper. But there's a lot of people that's saying that right now that's chilling. They might be working at Walmart. Nothing wrong with a Walmart worker, right? Ain't nothing wrong with a dude that's working at Walmart. But what I'm trying to say is y'all would give that person a chance, and then knowing that he's not going to make it, and then talk about this is why we don't date men with potential. No, you don't date men that don't have direction. If a man doesn't have a direction and he's just thinking and he's just going off of his feelings, I feel as if I could be a rapper. I feel as if I could start this car rental business and make millions of dollars, but I don't have a plan. I don't really have a direction, but I feel as if I could do it. I don't even own a car, but I think I could start this company. What do you think? How do you feel about it? Why are you? That's not the man that we're telling you to date. That's not the man that we're telling you to marry. Look at what people are doing and go after that. Damn, I feel like I'm preaching too much today. I feel like I'm talking too much today. God damn it, I need some water. Lips is getting all dry on me. It's crazy. It's crazy. But nonetheless, this is a good show. I would like to thank every one of y'all for joining. Oh, yo, TDP, you stupid. He said, I just killed your rap career. My fault, son. You know what I'm saying? he said, GMTT Jakes. Yo, a little bit too much preaching out here. Oh man, DP said, nah, he said you're good. Sometimes we gotta hear this. Shay said you preaching. You know what I'm saying? We are preachers out here. So, you know what I'm saying? We working on it. We working on it. We getting into the next level. Please stay tuned. Meet to Mary season 2 coming soon. We are looking to drop it by the end of the month. So be ready for the first episodes of Meet to Marry Season 2 is going to hit the YouTube screen near you. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Make sure they are subscribed. Make sure that they are ready. Got your popcorn out because this is going to be a great, phenomenal season, y'all. Anyways, much love. This was a good one. I am out of here. I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace. Oh my God, how I messed that up? Oh man.
If it gets too hot, roll the window down. If I fuck things up, just tell me now. We're living in a blinded town, and we're running out of time. Control when I'm talking to you. Slow trip, trying to play it cool. Nothing to do, let's drive to the ocean. Get high, lay on the beach. White water running down my feet. Make love and repeat. I don't ever want to stay all night to see the sunrise. 'Cause it's way too soon to be calling me baby. But it feels so right against the